advantage of being here rather than where the cows are. Yes. You're uphill, so what does that mean? You get a better view is the top answer. Remember, just 100 years ago, we haven't got helicopters and satellites and things like that. So as basic as that, it's a really good answer and a top answer. The guy on the higher ground can dominate his enemy below. This thing about the ground, where we are now is here. So we parked the coach there, we walked along the road, down here, I've talked to you a couple of times, and we're in the front of the wood. So these squares here are representing where the British front line, the German front line trenches were. Not where we are now, but just into the field, as I explained. Then we've got this area called No Man's Land, I'm sure you've all heard of. The most dangerous area of all, in between the two front line trenches. And then the circles here are representing our front line trenches. Down the road we saw the van going on, with the white-sided farmhouse. Watched these jokers the next night, and so desperate were they to get out of the trenches, and German machine guns and our machine guns, you can set the sights arithmetically, every now and again, bap, 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 they just fire randomly along the parapet of the trenches, the top of the trenches, and these blokes were going to stand there all night like this, hoping in inverted commas that they're going to get shot in the fingers and the hands. It wasn't going to be a lot of fun, but that's how desperate they were to get out of the trenches.
Dulce et decorum est, bent double like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on blood-shod. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of tired, outstripped 5-9s that dropped behind. Gas! Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling, and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If, in some smothering dreams, you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face like a devil's sick of sin, if you could hear, at every jolt, the blood come gurgling from froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest To children ardent for some desperate glory, the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria more.
The only thing, of course, you have to know if you're going to mean it when you go into the attack, and nobody can really teach you, you have to learn it, is you have to sort out what your war cry is going to be. Yeah! That was mine. Any good? We thought and we told our soldiers and we weren't.
They shall grow not old, as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. From the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
My favourite bit of the Battlefields trip was when we were at the Menin Gate and we watched the ceremony and the kids laid the wreath, and that was really nice, really poignant.
Laying the wreath at the Menin Gate ceremony, oh, it was good.
Probably going to the trenches, getting this hat right here, got it at Disneyland Paris.
Going to all the cemeteries and I got to read a poem, that was good.
The pilgrimages and Disneyland.
My favourite part of the battlefields has got to be going in and around the trenches, because like folk were there 100 odd years ago and it just feels weird being where people have battled.
Like getting to watch the folk lay stuff down at the pilgrimages.
My favourite part of the trip, I must think, would probably be in Ypres at the museum or at the Menin Gate.
I enjoyed everything, especially laying down the wreath at Black Watch Monument.
I think the best bit about the battlefields is when I was helping down the reef playing at the Menin Gate.
The favourite part of the trip, well, to be honest, I reckon it was in Ypres. First time I've been to Ypres. Very interesting, and I'm sure I learnt a lot anyway. And I certainly hope the kids learnt plenty as well.
I think my favourite part about the battlefields has to be going around the graves. Just realising that there's so many unmarked graves. It's absolutely amazing just to realise how many are really dead to save us, our country.
My favourite part was the Menin Gate, and the last post, because that was really moving. I really enjoyed that. I would definitely do that again if I could.
Seeing Duncan his deck chair on the corridor.
Hello to Scotland, Oliver to